Welcome to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show with Hopp. This is where you'll find all that's going on inside the Gamers Guild Discord, as well as some fun and gaming information you may not have even known you needed. And now, here's Hopp. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Gamers Guild Weekly Show. Or maybe monthly show at this point. I know it's kind of been a while since I've done one of these. Just a real quick note personally from me. I know this is scaled back as well. I don't have my suit on. I just have my little polo on. But yeah, recently I've gone through a death in the family. My father passed away and everything kind of went a little bit haywire for a while. So I apologize that for the last few weeks there's not been videos. I'm going to do my best to throw one out today. It's going to kind of be a catch-up episode of sorts. So we're going to try and jump right back into things. First and foremost, Gamers Guild. We are a group of gamers that come together, play a whole bunch of different games, enjoy each other's company, spend time together on the Discord, and do a lot of other things. So there is a link in the description if you'd like to learn more about us and join. We would have loved to have you around, so come on and check it out. First of all, we also have to go to the Gamers Guild Gazette, so let's go there right now. Alright, as you can see, we're here with the Gamers Guild Gazette. Now this is from a day or so ago. It just is the freshest edition that you can possibly get. Of course, there you go. The new to the Discord question. If you're new to the Discord and you want to answer this question, just ping Shiloh and you will be able to get some solve if you're the first one to answer this question correctly. The new person question is, there's a one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow furniture. What color are the stairs? Easy one this time around, so check that out. Look at some of the announcements just to let you know what's going on. Firepumpkin every once in a while does these dance emoji games where she just announces it's time for a dance emoji, and then people start throwing emojis out for a period of time until she stops it. Everybody that participates gets Solvay to spend in the admin shop, so be a part of that. We have a new wild dino hunt. I believe it's 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometime during the day, a colored dino is released on one of the cluster maps, and the first one to get it gets a prize. Now, the prize can either be a shiny dino of their own, or possibly a spin of the wheel, which has all sorts of wonderful things upon it. So check that out as well. There is a link in the Gazette. The Where's Waldo contest is going to start back up soon. The Waldo brothers are back again. There are 3 of them, one going near each of the obs, I do believe, on the center. I'm not for sure, but check it out. If you find them, you can win prizes, and that's always a fun thing to win prizes. Other important announcements. It's so important that these are, I guess, changed. I don't know, but we have 2 maps that will be changing as of tomorrow, August the 5th. The overhaul map will be changing to Omega Light, and the Safari map will also be changed to, I guess, Reverence will be the new mod map going on that one. So if you have something and you're watching this evening and you have stuff on the either one of those maps right now that you want to get off of there and transfer off of there so it doesn't get wiped, you might want to jump on that ASAP. We are also all in the midst of a boosted rate weekend, so that's pretty exciting. And my understanding is next Saturday, August the 10th, there will be a Shastasaurus taming event. So come and be part of that as well. The Mega Dino raffle for this next month is going to be the Dinosuchus. As you can see, the Dinosuchus, we have seen some really good dinos lately. Both the Ceratosaurus, I guess, has been raffled off, as well as the Zinc. I'm not even going to try to pronounce some of these. This is impossible for me to try to pronounce them. But we have all of these that have been won. Babbitt won the Ceratosaurus, and I'm a Girl is also giving away her goodies from her gold tier in a raffle. So there is a link there to go and add your name to the raffle to be drawn to possibly win one of 5 shares, even shares of Imagirl's Gold Tier goodies. So come on and jump in and enter. Why not? Take your shot. It could happen. We also have the community contributors. Here we have Corrupt has a gotcha house. Now you're wondering maybe why we have a gotcha? How do we have a gotcha? Gotchas haven't been introduced in the game. Well, there is a particular map that has that discovery mod, and that discovery mod allows you to have gotchas and even things like text writers. So everything is available on that map, it seems like. And Corrupt built a gotcha house. We also have Curly's pyramid build. Curly built a pyramid, so you always gotta love seeing people when they build some really cool looking things, and that is a cool looking pyramid. And then we have Too Many Fists. During the wild dino hunt, found the mustard colored plesiosaur, and Aaron's son found the mustard colored Argy on scorched earth. As we told you, in those wild dino hunts, it is a particular special color dino that gets released into the wild for somebody to tame and potentially earn prizes. So it's really cool to see both Too Many Fists and Aaron's son picking up victories with taming those dinos. Now, one of the things that I want to point out and give some congratulations to is our Member of the Month. We changed the Volunteer of the Month voting to the Member of the Month. And this month, July's Member of the Month is Stoned Ace. Stoned Ace won the vote for Member of the Month for the month of July. So congratulations, Stoned Ace, on picking up that wonderful acknowledgement from the entire cluster. So congratulations on that. Now, there's not going to be anything else going on here except for one thing, because I've got to play makeup today. I did a set of interviews with Nymeria, all of which were set to go out one per week throughout the entire month, and then my life went into upheaval and I did not put but one episode out at the beginning of the month. So now I want to show the other 3 parts of my interviews with Nymeria, our Volunteer of the Month for July. And then we will come right back after showing all 3 of those parts and close out the show. Hope you enjoy learning more about Nymeria, our July Volunteer of the Month. Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of the Volunteer Profile of the Month here for the Gamers Guild. We are with Nymeria for the entire month of July. Last week, you got to hear a little bit about her as a volunteer. Now we're going to talk to her about her as a person and some of the interesting things that she gets into. So, hey, Nymeria, how we doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
I guess the first thing, I'm going to try not to get too personal. As far as, you can tell me anything you want to tell me about yourself in this area. But I guess my first question, since we are kind of in a gaming community, outside of gaming, what do you have as far as interest and hobbies? What things are you interested in outside of the old controller and gaming consoles?
So I'm a weirdo, and I have pet rats.
You have pet rats.
Yes.
Like the rats we find in like places we want to get them out of, like food and those kinds of rats.
I have fancy rats. They would not survive in the wild. They're friendly, sociable little creatures. And they like people. A lot of people in the rat community call them pocket puppies. I actually have a couple that will literally chase you down to try to love you.
Wow.
So, and I hand make a lot of their cage accessories and climbing ropes and toys and stuff like that. So I have them and a crafting thing going.
Wow. That's interesting. What do they eat? I mean, what is it that, I mean, do they just eat anything you feed them, or?
Well, rats are omnivores. They will eat everything. I try to feed them either a healthy diet. I feed them a healthy diet. I feed them their rat pellets, and then there's also a homemade mixture that I've also make here and there because it's which is actually quite difficult and a pain in the butt to do. But a rat nutritionist person that has a big following, she like worked it all out, and you have the basic recipe, and then you just follow instructions. So I do that, and they actually really love that because it gives them some variety. But they do a lot of like fresh fruits and a lot of vegetables, mostly vegetables.
Really?
They can't have too much sugar, so I have to do like less sweet fruits when I do fruits.
Hmm.
Um, and so, but they also really, really love chicken bones. Like when I do like chicken legs or chicken soups and stuff, I'll
Hmm.
actually save the bones for the rats. It's
Wow.
actually nutritional for them, and it helps them keep their teeth filed down.
Wow. That's wow. I never even thought about that. What are their names?
Oh, there's so many. Probably my favorite. Oh, who's my favorite? Hmm. Sable is probably my favorite. I love her. But there's Ripley, Rhea, Regina. Oh my
Okay.
goodness,
This leads to another
Finn.
question. I've got to ask this question, not to interrupt the names, but I heard three different names that sound like female wrestlers. Do you happen to be a wrestling fan as well?
No, my husband. My husband is, but yes, Rhea and Ripley are both named after Rhea Ripley. Absolutely, I love her. Like I've already told my husband, if like I would just drop him in a second to go be her wife.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to know who your hall pass is, Nymeria.
Yeah,
Oh my
and
gosh.
one of the rats, because I have dwarf rats as well. Some of them are normal size, some of them are dwarf, and Rhea is actually one of the dwarfs, and Ripley is probably my big boss lady. She thinks she runs the show. She is the boss of all the other rats. Um, and she lives up to her name. I don't recommend giving animals names with someone from an attitude unless you want that attitude to come back.
Oh goodness, that's funny. So when we talk about you being a part of the Gamers Guild community, is there a way that the community has actually influenced you personally?
um, Honestly, I have it's typical life with kids. Sometimes drama happens, and it's honestly just nice to there's certain people that I know I can go talk to and get a different perspective from.
Hmm.
And that sometimes helps me I feel like makes me make a better decision sometimes when I'm struggling with something.
Totally
Like
understandable.
which is the whole reason why I wanted to, join a community and not just a server
Mm.
when I started playing Arc again because I wanted to be able to meet different people, get different people's perspectives, you know, be able to talk, about gaming or just regular stuff. Like it doesn't have to be gaming all the time.
Mm. Well, let me ask you this as we close out there. What is something, as if we haven't learned enough surprising things, what is something that anybody in the cluster, anybody in the community would be completely surprised to learn about you?
Um, I'm actually quite shy.
Really?
Yes, I'm actually very shy. In real life, like like in the game on the Discord, I love meeting new people. I'll be the first person to say hello to somebody. I'll invite people to the voice chat all the time. In real life, I would be hiding behind my husband. um, I don't even like if I feel like stops in somewhere and go into the store and ask for directions. I will argue with whoever's in the car with me until like somebody else, not me, goes in and asks for those directions.
Well, I appreciate you sharing a little bit of what's behind the curtain with you as a person, Nymeria. One. Welcome back to part 3 of our volunteer spotlight profile of the month. It's Nymeria. We've already learned a little bit about her as a volunteer and also the fun stuff that she does and is involved with as a person. But today we're going to be learning more about Nymeria the gamer. How did you actually get started into gaming, and what was the first system that you played?
Okay. Well, technically, the first system I ever played was a Game Boy Pocket Yellow Edition with matching Pikachu Edition Pokemon.
Ah, Pokemon starter. Okay.
Yeah. I had never, like, before that, when I was younger, I kind of, played a little bit of Mario or Duck Hunt or something here and there, but I didn't really get into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of forgot about it for a long time, and then randomly one Christmas, I got this little Pokemon Pocket Game Boy, and it wasn't even in color yet. And that just kind of started it. Like, I started gaming heavily on that thing. I probably beat that Pikachu Edition game like 8 billion times.
What other?
I still have it, by the way.
Have you fired it up and played it lately?
Not lately, but like I turned it on like a year or so ago, and it still works.
Right. Oh, goodness.
My son was playing it for a while. My son, and he lost the little backplate to it. But I've considered going online and trying to find a replacement backplate, and keeping it around longer.
Passing it down to the next generation.
Oh, not even. I'm like, you can play this, but don't break it. I want it back. This is mine.
So what exactly drew you?
I permanently passed down a lot of games to him, but it's just not that one. That was on loan.
Now, are all your kids somehow? I mean, I know the baby's not, but are all your kids involved in gaming somehow as well?
Oh, the baby is too. She constantly steals my phone. Pop the bubbles, pop the bubbles, pop the bubbles.
That's great.
No, everybody's got their own Switch. They have an Xbox that they share. My oldest son's actually played on Gamers Guild a little bit, but the reading is too slow for him, so he prefers to play on Chick's server that she has that some of us play on with our younger kids.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we all game. We play Ark together. Like I go on there and play with them. Let's say my 7-year-old loves Ark. The 15-year-old loves Ark.
Oh, wow.
The baby loves popping bubbles on my phone and draining my battery.
Well, of course. So, what actually got you into Ark?
So, honestly, I used to watch my ex-husband play a lot of Fallout. And while I couldn't stand like the really depressing background, and I'm like, I like this game. I love the building aspect of it. Like, I really want to try this building thing that you're doing. But your game makes me feel depressed. I can't do it. So I started doing research into games where I could build. Mm-hmm. And so I came across the Ark, which hadn't released on PlayStation yet at the time. So I told my ex-husband about it, and we watched videos, and we're like, you know what, we're going to try this out, and we're going to try it together. And so we waited. We waited till it came out on PlayStation and immediately bought it, and We played together unofficial for 2 years.
Oh wow!
Because I wanted to because I saw him doing a building game and was like, I think that's for me.
Wow!
And now that's what I like to do all day long.
Wow! That's a pretty interesting way of getting into art, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I love dinosaurs," or things. The dinosaurs were the draw, but for you, it was the building mechanics and the ability to be able to do structures.
Yeah, like I mean, I've always liked dinosaurs, but they've never been like a huge thing for me. I mean, they are now. Like if I go into a store, I see a dinosaur toy labeled wrong, like I have a fit about it. Like that's not it. But in fact, I went into Tractor Supply one time and ended up rearranging all their dinosaurs because they were all in the wrong spot and I couldn't take it. So I fixed their display for them. But yeah, no, I got into art because of Fallout 4.
Wow!
Basically, even though I've never played Fallout 4, and I honestly I don't think I ever could because it's so depressing.
Yeah,
Like I
post-apocalyptic
love like
stuff. Yeah.
vibrant, colorful backgrounds.
Mm.
The post-apocalyptic,
Lots of
mutated
dingy yellows and
ugliness is
browns.
not for me. Yeah, which is surprising because one of my favorite maps is Scorched
That's funny. That's funny. So, what has been your favorite gaming moment in Ark, or any other game? I mean, there's tons of games that we're involved with here. I mean, we play Minecraft. We have played Pal World. There's all kinds of things that happens here at Gamers Guild. So, what's your favorite gaming moment?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I have never played any of the other games that we're involved with besides Ark. Ark's like Ark's like my main lady, and everything else is just kind of. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
um, I do play other games, just not the ones that we
Mm,
have. Like I do Diablo 4, and I've done a lot. I do a lot of Final Fantasy.
mm.
Um, but I think so far my favorite Arc moment since I've been on Gamers. Uh, I really love building. I really love building. I love like I have my island base, which I've tore down and rebuilt like 4 different times, and I'm not even like the last time I tore it down. I only got it like halfway rebuilt. I have not even finished it because I've been so busy doing other stuff. But it's really hard to pick a favorite. Like I said, I really love building and going to the events that we host.
Mm.
Um, and just being able to talk and socialize with the other people.
Well,
Um,
it's good. It's good that you mentioned the other people. I want to ask you, since you talked about being involved, in the chat, the voice chats, and playing with others so often. Do you have any like funny or unforgettable moments while you've been playing with community members that you could share with us?
um, I think one of my things that I kind of like, people kind of surprised me with, is the baby brought a book to me while I was gaming and on headset, and she just insisted that I read this book to her. And everybody was kind of being quiet at the time, so I'm like, okay. So I started reading the book, and I was reading Winky Wonky Donkey to her. And she got bored like halfway through the book and had me stop reading. And then as soon as I stopped reading, everybody in the chat was like, "What are you doing? Keep going." I'm like, guys, I didn't realize I was hosting story time today. So I had to finish reading the book to everybody else. The baby walked off.
Wow. Well, goodness. On that
Yeah.
note, I appreciate you coming with me here for number 3, part 3 of our volunteer spotlight. So this one is kind of an interesting focus because we've talked a little bit about your gaming history and some of the interesting stuff about you as a person and what you do as a volunteer. But I think what we want to do for this last is just kind of give an idea of what you would like to see in the future. Where do you see the Gamers Guild community heading in the future?
Um, so they have some, plans with more maps coming out, and they're not sure if they have announced it yet or not, but they have the PvP map coming out, and I'm super excited about that. So I'm hoping to really be around for a long time and see the rest of this season and maybe the season after that and the season after that. um, and just to see what we do because this is my first season
Yeah.
with Gamers Guild, so I have no idea how that works.
Mm.
And I know there's going to be a new theme and everything, so I'm super excited to see what happens. Because I know a lot of people have been with Gamers Guild a lot longer than me, and they know what's going on. But it's new and exciting for me.
So, if you were looking in the future, I mean, is there anything that you'd like to see implemented? Is there a game that you'd like to see added to the list of games that we talk about and play together?
Hmm. Um, I actually enjoy playing like a lot of Diablo or Dark Souls games
Mm.
that are you can co-op with those games. So I would definitely be excited to see something like that. Or I would love to say I'd love to see like another builder game like Ark, but then at the same time I'd feel like I was cheating. And I don't know if I could do it.
Mm. Yeah.
Like I know they did like I know that like there were people playing Pal World. I watched my husband play Pal World, and I wanted to be able to get into Pal World, but I'm like at the end of the day, I would love to check it out, but I don't like all the guns.
Mm.
Yeah. My husband plays Nightingale, and that seems really awesome. I've watched some streaming of, I want to say, Hex playing Nightingale,
Mm.
and that looked really awesome. But I don't know if that one's coming to PlayStation or not.
Yeah.
So if that comes to PlayStation, that would be amazing. I would love to play that with the Gamers Guild.
If you could add one thing to the Gamers Guild that's not another game, but just add something to the Gamers Guild, what would it be?
Honestly, I think I have brought things to Gamers Guild already. I literally talked about stuff because I used to run my own AC cluster for like 5 years or so, and like I've talked with some of the other admins and stuff about things I used to do, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna write that down and we're gonna propose this idea and see what happens. So I definitely feel like I've already brought some of my own ideas in. I don't know. I'm really hoping to get to do some PvP event hosting on the PvP server when they add that.
Mm.
I think that's where I'm going to really shine.
I'm glad you're excited about it.
That's kind of like I love doing the events, but events are a lot more fun and you can do a lot more with them on PvP settings than on PvE settings.
Oh wow.
But don't get me wrong, I don't like playing PvP. Actual PvP, I don't like it. I want no part of it. You will not catch me building a base. Will you catch me building a coliseum? Absolutely, but not a base. I love the fun and games, but I don't want to attack anybody's base, and I don't want them murdering my poor baby dinos. So it's I like the fun and games.
Gotcha. Okay, so somebody brand new that that you'd be able to talk to. If someone walked right in the door of Gamers Guild right now. Like they hear this, and they're like, "Oh, it sounds like a great community." They go, they click the join button in the Discord, which you can find in the description, by the way, and, and they go to the Gamers Guild and they join the community. What advice would you give them to make the most of their experience as a member of the Gamers Guild?
Say hello. Um, don't be like me and like put off saying hello because you're nervous about it. Just say hello. People will talk back, and you're gonna really like some of the people that we have here. It's an amazing like group of people. Like there's even I mean even when people take breaks, we still have other people that are playing, and there's pretty much always someone in the voice chats to hang out with. Or even they'll type back in game. And once you start getting to know yourself, you're gonna find a lot of people to do stuff with. Like anytime I say, "Hey, you guys want to go run some caves?" or "Hey, you want to go do a boss fight with just frogs and see what happens?" Like people show up because we did that. We literally raised a bunch of boss frogs and said, "Hey, we're gonna go do the brood mother. You guys want to come?" And people showed up.
How'd that work out for you?
So we lost. We were we were doing really, really good. We were gonna win. We almost had her, but the Yudi went down because we could not get her off the Yudi, and the Yudi got pinned. And we were winning until the Yudi got pinned, and then we lost that buff.
Yeah.
And then we started dropping. But had we not lost the Yudi, we would have won. We're planning on trying it again in the future because we still have our frog breeders. But we're gonna roll in with 2 Udis. So when the first one goes down,
opposite ends of the cave, obviously. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So wrapping this up, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the community, or any shout outs to other members or volunteers that you'd like to give as we close out?
I mean, obviously, I would have to say B. B was like one of the first people that started talking to me, and I kind of adopted him. Like I didn't give him a choice in the matter. Once he started talking to me, I'm like, okay, you're my friend now. And then it just kind of expanded from there. I met Ginger, who's almost always around as well, and like sometimes I can't sleep at night. I have a little bit of insomnia, and I turn my TV back on at 1:00 in the morning, 2:00 in the morning for me, and he's still up. So like I'm like, hey, you still awake or are you sleeping? Sometimes he is sleeping. We make fun of him about that all the time, but and so it's just I definitely think I stayed around because of the people I met, and it wasn't just them. I had some other people who aren't playing anymore, who jumped in there too and said, "Hey, oh, you're new. Do you need anything? Did you need help finding a base spot?" Or they saw me like I was started, on the island, and I was new, and I managed to somehow kill a Carno, and I stole its baby. So I was just looking under a ruined bridge with a campfire, until I could raise this Carno up and get to safety, because I was in the middle of the jungle and the raptors kept trying to eat me. Like, yeah, we saw you over there living like a bridge troll, and I'm like, yeah, it's just for now. I didn't build anything. It's right by Explorer Note, so I didn't want to block it, but I'll get out of here as soon as possible. And then once I got to my base spot, they came down, and I had some Therazinos harassing me, and they came and they murdered the Therazinos for me so I could keep building. So it was a good time, just talking to people, and getting them to come out, interact, help. Like they kept trying to give me stuff too, and I'm like, no, I don't want to take anything. I want to get built up from because I'm big on that. Like I want to experience something before I accept free stuff. Like you can give me a Rex, but I'm going to tame a crappy one first. Or a bad one, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Tame a bad Rex first, and then I'll accept your nice Rex. But let me do the work first. So it's just such a wonderful, like, helpful group of people, and it's been so much fun.
Well, we are very glad that not only that you came to play with us, but now that you help us kind of run the place. And we really appreciate all the effort that you've put in, and hopefully people recognize that during the course of this month that we have celebrated you, Nymeria.
Thank you so much. It really is. Just everybody has been so great to me, and I've had such a wonderful time. Like I was almost not going to play Ark again, and I took a chance on Gamers Guild, and I haven't looked back. Yes, you're happy.
Oh, that's great. Well, we appreciate you being here, and yeah, thanks for joining us for this wonderful spotlight.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate everybody as well, because like I said, if it wasn't for Gamers Guild, I probably would have given up on finding somewhere to be.
Thanks for joining us, and that was the spotlight of our volunteer for the month of July, Nymeria. As you can see, a lot going on with her, especially plans for the future. Nymeria was a wonderful guest. It was a lot of fun to do that interview, and, well, I always try to have fun when I'm doing stuff like that, but keep in mind, we have a lot going on in the cluster. We've gone through all the announcements. I hope you'll take the time to come and join us over here at the Gamers Guild. Hopefully, Firepumpkin and I get together a stream this week, Friday night. I am hopeful. So we'll see how that works out. Otherwise, hopefully, you're going to see some things drop from me this week after I do my big work trip and some other stuff that's going on. But I appreciate you joining me today and every day here at the Gamers Guild. And until next week, we'll see you. Take care.